just about half the field was eliminated in the first 2 rounds of the third main event. One team, Truculent, is already out. The Magic Kingdom bus provided some serious damage, including a triple takedown, but then was eliminated by the Winnebago Surprise, pulled out at the last second by Vintage Vitriol. And now here we are. There is some serious competition going on in this match. Nightmare Fuel still has 4 cars going into round 3. They are seriously in the lead. But will they be able to hold on to it? They still have their bonus action as well as McLaren Masters and Magic Kingdom. That is definitely going to come into play. Everyone on the sidelines glued to their seats, ready for action. Here we go, round 3, starting off with Kit Concept for Nightmare Fuel, sponsored by Sauce Automotive Sachet and Buffet. The new running order bar up at the top of the screen shows you what order the teams will be coming down in. Shining Steel coming down next with the Chrysler 300C Hemi, sponsored by Sid from Cybertron. The Hemi smacks the Kit Concept car up on the curbside we call it. It's often a dangerous place to be. Last season's champs still going here. Semi-Psycho, sponsored by Miskatonic Automotive Club, smashes into the line and Kit Concept goes over sideways. Will it fall forward and right side up and still be in, or will it tip over upside down and for sure be done? Buns of Steel for Fast Food, sponsored by Jedi. Buns of Steel pounds into the line and saves Kit from elimination. Nice hit. The 67 Plymouth Belvedere for the Marauders, still doing all right in this match, sponsored by Sean and Patrick Hogan. Slotting into place behind Buns of Steel, and we're going back up to the top of the hill where I'm just learning now there is going to be a car swap. Magic Kingdom, not surprisingly, wanting to replace Oogie Boogie with a better vehicle, but a little surprisingly, maybe, they're replacing it with Doug. I think everyone thought they might bring that bus back into play, but no, it's Doug, sponsored by Emo Dingo, replacing Oogie Boogie that was sponsored by Jedi. Doug smacks Buns of Steel off the track. It goes sideways and out. That could be the first elimination in this round, and now the ramp on the back of Doug could come into play. Jaguar D-Type for Vintage Vitriol, sponsored by Jedi, their last car. And that is it for Vintage Vitriol. A spiral into death. Their team is out. The Winnebago Surprise, not enough to keep them in this match, and they will be the second team to be leaving the field of battle. Aquaturk's got one left, Skate Grom, sponsored by Beak's Busted Barn Finds. Skate Grom takes the ramp like a champ and keeps Aquaturks in this match, all the while obtaining a height of 7 on that jump. And the bonus actions are flying. McLaren Masters have declared end of the line. They're going to move their final car to the end, not liking the look of that jump on Doug. The McLaren Senna will get to go down last in this round. Hot Wheels 500 up next for Nightmare Fuel, sponsored by Miskatonic. And there you go, we're seeing why the Masters pulled this. They did not want to go off the back of that car. Hot Wheels 500 pays the price, wobbles around, unbalanced, and the car that got Nightmare Fuel into this match is out. Bedlam up for Shining Steel, sponsored by Reaper EOD. And Bedlam hits that jump just in the wrong way, somehow miraculously landing sideways. Not very much sideways real estate on that car, and yet somehow, unluckily, it's out. Chevy 1500 for the Copperhead, sponsored by Emo Dingo. Chevy 1500 takes it perfectly. Look at the spinning, the land on top of its teammate, and the drive off to safety. Copperhead's looking good. Donut Drifter, sponsored by Sean and Patrick Hogan. Donut Drifter takes the ramp, a solid jump and a great recovery, plenty of space, lots of room, and the crate's almost causing some trouble there, but the recovery is intact. That'll keep Fast Food in the match. 63 Plymouth Belvedere up now, sponsored by Chorgoth. The Belvedere makes kind of a sloppy jump and yet somehow almost recovers it. It looks pretty much right at 45 degrees. It'll need a measurement if it stays like that. Nightmare Fuel got 2 cars to come down now. Lycan Hypersport is first, sponsored by Sean's Toy Room. Lycan slides off Doug and makes a pretty decent recovery, pretty safe. And next is Fished and Chipped, sponsored by Sicken. Fished and Chip gets stuck on top of Doug. It's a bad position to be in. It would have been fine if there wasn't another car coming down at the end of the round. It's the McLaren Senna, which went to the end of the line, sponsored by Bentley's Brakes and Bumpers. The Senna outright destroys Fished and Chip, tosses it off the track, goes upside down. It also doesn't take the jump, a brilliant use of the end of the line bonus action right there. McLaren survives for another round. Nightmare Fuel loses 2 cars in the round. That is going to be rough. They do, of course, still have their bonus action. 5 cars eliminated in that round. A measurement being taken on the Plymouth, and it looks good, just under 45 degrees, so it'll make it to round 4. Let's take a look at the aftermath. Copperhead steady at 2, Fast Food down to 1, Nightmare Fuel down to 2 from 4, Aquaturks and McLaren stay alive, the Marauders steady at 2, Magic Kingdom with their swap steady at 1, Vintage Vitriol out of the match, and Shining Steel down to 1. And now Nightmare Fuel is the only team with a bonus action remaining. Which one will they choose? Round 4 begins now. 67 Plymouth Belvedere starting us off for the Marauders, who are suddenly doing very well for themselves, tied with Nightmare Fuel for the lead. My hometown team, I didn't think they had a chance, but I'm starting to have hope. Also tied for the lead are the Copperheads, who send down Semi-Psycho, who slots into place nicely. Kit takes a shot at Semi-Psycho, but Semi-Psycho maintains a nice steady landing. The Plymouth Belvedere is curbside. Doug takes to the track and sets up that ramp. Nice recovery by the Belvedere. Magic Kingdom probably wouldn't be in this match right now if not for that bonus action. Skate Grom again takes the jump, and this time with less desirable results. Still hits a height of 7, bashes into the crates, comes back, and gets wedged in place between the Plymouth and Evil Weevil. That does not look like it's gonna count as a recovery unless it can adjust its position and get back right side up. Aquaturks are in trouble. Shining Steel's last car, the Hemi, and it doesn't make a good bounce at the end there, just tips over off the track, goes sideways, the crates, preventing it from returning to right side up, and Shining Steel are probably out. A perfect little donut jump and a nice landing by the Drifter gets off the track to safety. Fast Food pleased with that result. The McLaren has no choice but to take the jump this time. No more bonus action, and it still does a pretty good job of getting off the track, handling the jump, and it is going to be right side up for the moment. A bit of a belly flop by this Plymouth Belvedere. It smacks into Donut Drifter, lands upside down and out. The Marauders still have one in the match, though, so they're safe for the moment. Chevy 1500 bounds off of Doug. Doug really wreaking havoc on the team still, but the Chevy is great at recovering off of things like this. It kind of likes it. Final car of the round, the Lycan Hypersport hits the jump but doesn't go off of it, turns sideways, and because there's no other vehicles coming down, that car is going to be out. Nightmare Fuel have a decision to make. Do they want to use the one bonus action that could potentially right that car? Yes they are. It's the Winnebago Surprise, and this is a gamble if I've ever seen one. Nightmare Fuel hoping they can right the Lycan with the Winnebago. They still have a car on the track. This feels a little ill-advised. Let's see if it pays off. Winnebago plows into the line, and it's unbelievable. Nightmare Fuel has just eliminated themselves from the match. The Lycan Hypersport made nothing even remotely resembling a recovery, and Kit was squeezed out off the track upside down. An unbelievably bad decision by Nightmare Fuel is going to remove them from the competition entirely. This mistake might just serve as a warning to other teams down the road. Be careful when you use those bonus actions. They can backfire. 5 more eliminations in that round. I'm a little bit stunned by what we've just witnessed, but let's go to the aftermath. We lost 3 teams in this round. Copperhead steady at 2, Fast Food and Masher still at 1, Aquaturks and Nightmare Fuel out of the competition. Marauders down to 1, Magic Kingdom stays alive, and Shining Steel done. There are still 5 teams in the match. Round 5, here we go, starting off with the Copperheads, who are looking very good right now. Last season's champs in first place in the match right now. 2 left, the only team with 2. All the bonus actions have been used up. Speed Reapers and Massive Transit are still going to have theirs for the finals. Hopefully those teams are paying attention and saw what just happened in Nightmare Fuel. Doug pops the Plymouth Belvedere off the track almost completely, and now that ramp is set up again. Donut Drifter, a clumsy jump off the back, and it flips over upside down into the crates, and Fast Food has just ended their season with the death of their donut. The McLaren Senna does a great job of handling Doug. It stays low, it stays on the track, locked in. The Chevy 1500 taking it easy here, just knocking all the cars back up and reforming the line. And that is the final car of this round. 1 elimination and 1 team will exit the competition here in round 5. Fast Food made a go of it, but they are out. We're down to 4 teams. 1 more team gets eliminated. This match is over. Here we go, round 6. Copperhead starting us off. Semi-Psycho slots it in. The Copperheads are looking very, very good right now. It's going to be almost impossible to eliminate both of these vehicles, especially when one of them gets to avoid Doug. And as I say that, look at what happens. Doug plows underneath Semi-Psycho and takes it out. Tips it over upside down. Unbelievable. You rarely see that happen to Semi-Psycho, and this is going to change things, folks. Here comes the Senna. And for some reason, the Senna goes off the ramp this time and flips over upside down. It's had such good luck. Something changed this time. I don't know what it was. McLaren Mashers are out of this match, but it is certainly not over yet. The Belvedere has a bad ramp result as well, flipping over upside down up in the front of the track. At least there's a chance of it recovering right there. Doug is absolutely destroying all the other teams right here for Magic Kingdom. The Chevy takes the ramp, rolls down off Semi-Psycho, and the Chevy will be the lone car to survive this round. Copperheads and Magic Kingdom are going to the finals. Fantastic recovery, and that is the reason the Copperheads have been able to do what they have done. 3 eliminations on the round, 2 teams eliminated, so that's going to take us to the points board to find out who the 3rd team moving on is. I think it might be the Menominee Marauders, but come on, Magic Kingdom absolutely devastating the other teams with Doug. Really interesting to see how those bonus actions influence the result of this match, with Kingdom making it in and Nightmare Fuel taking themselves out. The Marauders with more points, they will be the team to move on to the finals along with the Copperheads and Magic Kingdom. We've got our 9 teams, but we still need that 10th team for the finals. It's the wild card slot. It's going to go to Alabaster Aces, who got 35 points in their 4th place finish. They've clinched their position over Diora Bora and the McLaren Mashers. Here are the 10 teams that will be going to the finals. It's going to be a good one. I'm still preparing teams for next season. Vote now on which of these 2 you'd like to see. There's a team of Matchbox Anniversary Cars or the very first team of Micro Machines. Could be interesting to see those on the track. It's up to you guys. Vote now in the comments. And please like the video if you like it. We've got a Junkyard Apocalypse semifinals match coming up, and then the Junkyard Joust finals will begin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next Sunday.